Hi, traders. Happy Friday. I say happy because Friday tends to be a day that I think most people throughout the world get into a celebratory mood of some sort. Work is typically over. People's 9 to 5 obligations are typically over. Plans for the weekend start to kick in, and there's a sense of relief or a sense of rejuvenation. It's kind of interesting that there's this general, thank God it's Friday notion that most people throughout the world share. As a trader, a market speculator, I can't say that Fridays do that for me. I think if you've been sort of bitten by the trading bug, that you don't experience Fridays the way most people do. That Fridays are somewhat of a somber note. They're not quite a letdown because, like every other person, there are weekend plans and things to do that are sort of possible more on the weekends than they are during the week. But a trader is sort of out of sorts during the weekend. He or she spends a portion of that weekend time thinking about what's going to happen next week. They spend a portion of their weekend time sort of prepping and raring to go for the next Monday's opening session, particularly if they've had an extraordinary week at trading. They tend to chomp at the bit, if you will. And so weekends are sort of like the interruption in their flow. It's the pause that is quite necessary, but it's still not entirely a welcome pause. And quite admittedly, if a trader is experiencing an extraordinarily bad week, of course, in those situations, it's possible to not have the weekend come fast enough. But generally speaking, traders sort of dread the weekends. They're sort of like a fish out of water during the weekends. Yes, they spend time with their friends and their family, what have you, but if you've been truly bitten by this bug, it's an interrupt in your flow. It's a stoppage of what, I don't know, makes you feel alive. And I've experienced that for many, many, many years. I've been professionally trading the markets for, I'd have to say, close to 30 years. Actually, I'm sort of speeding time up a little bit, which I think older people tend to do. But I have this December 10th, believe it or not, marked my 29th full year professionally trading. Not my 29th year trading, my 29th year professionally trading. And obviously that's very, very different. But trading for a living, depending upon this activity to support every aspect and every area of my life. I've been doing this for 29 years. And very much like salesmen and other professions that cannot rely on a specific number, a guaranteed number every single day or week or month, trading has always come with a certain degree of uncertainty that you a trader does not experience or have the luxury of knowing exactly what's going to hit the bank account on Friday evening, or if you're paid twice a month on the 15th and the 30th. We as individuals don't live a life that's protected or cushioned that way. And some people might look at that aspect of trading as negative, but for me, there is no better way to live. There's no better way to live than to have to be on point at every single moment of your existence. To have to be sharp, to that whenever you slack, it hurts your bottom line. It hurts your life. It hurts your family. That you have to always be your best self. You have to always be on your grind. You cannot rest in the comfort of someone else's security. That everything about your life and its existence is in your hands and is totally in your control. And that you can't point the finger at someone else, a boss who did not give you the proper raise, or, your company that laid you off because times are bad. No. There's only you. There is no one else to point to. And while that might be scary to someone who hasn't quite experienced that lifestyle, that way of living as yet, trust me when I tell you that once you taste it, once you understand and get connected with the glorious nature of living that way, which is, in my opinion, the way most individuals are designed to live, that you never really want to go back. You never really want to go back depending upon your team and putting yourself in situations where if someone else on your team fails, you fail too. And placing your family's future vacation on someone else's decision to give you a raise. I've been there, only briefly, mind you, but I would never want to return to that type of way of life, that type of living. Trading is the last bastion of independence, total independence. Even as a doctor with your own practice, a heart surgeon, let's say, you could be at the top of your game with that. And what a magnificent accomplishment. The world needs heart surgeons, and I applaud them for their work, their dedication, their long years of study. We need heart surgeons. But even a heart surgeon who has his own practice, who's dedicated the vast majority of their lives to reaching this high position, they are not totally free. During Thanksgiving dinner, a heart surgeon can get a call that a patient needs immediate heart care or an immediate heart transplant or heart surgery of some kind. And off they go, leaving their families on one of the most special evenings of the year. That's not freedom. You could have your own business, which is to be entrepreneurial is a wonderful thing in today's life. It is to live at a higher state as far as I'm concerned. It touches upon what I'm talking about, that trading delivers, that ability to be your own person, your own boss, the own master of your fate. And to live at a position where you can blame no one else but yourself. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be in a position where someone else can alter or affect or have an influence on what happens to me and my family and my life and my well-being. If I mess up, then so be it. But my God, I don't want my family and my life to suffer because someone else didn't do something, or someone else failed, or someone else slipped up. I don't want to be placed in a position. So an entrepreneur is very much like a trader. A trader is an entrepreneur. But even most entrepreneurs are not entirely free. They are chained to their office, to their workplace, their factory, their auto dealership. You know, they are chained to their clients, whether you're a dog walker or whether you decorate other people's homes, you know, or whether you cater parties. You're still not entirely free. You're chained to specific times, certain deadlines. You see, trading is the ultimate level of freedom. There is no time. Some people say, well, Oliver, doesn't the market open at 9 and close at 4? So no, you don't have a 9 to 5, you have a 9 to 4. No, a 9:30 to 4, they say. But that's not entirely true either, because a trader can pick his moments. I trade on average 25 minutes a day. I can choose to trade an hour a day if I want, 20 minutes a day. I can choose to trade one day a week or every day of the week. I can choose to trade all day long if I like. But the ability to just be who you are and to do what you do at any moment you choose, from anywhere in the world you choose, is a gift that the vast majority of people who are born on this planet just simply don't have and never will have. My God, trading, one of the last bastions of total, unadulterated freedom. And it is so apropos that most people will never experience this lifestyle, never experience the joys that this activity can really, really deliver and bring to your life. It is sad, but apropos at the same time. It is appropriate, because if the vast majority of people could rise to this occasion and do this the way it should be done, it would start to become commoditized. Everyone can do certain activities, and those activities aren't really given a special place in our lives. For instance, everyone has an opinion. Opinions are a dime a dozen. They don't mean anything. Just scroll over Facebook, your Facebook page, for 2 or 3 minutes and watch how many opinions you read in 2 or 3 minutes. Or flick on your favorite news channel or your favorite talk show. You know, everyone has those. Everyone can't do this, and it's supposed to be that way. What a wonderful activity. It is so wonderful, traders, that Fridays are not happy days for traders. Mondays are. And how about starting a life where Mondays are your happiest days and Fridays your saddest days? Imagine that. Do that with me. Journey with me. Okay. But anyway, I call this impromptu sort of talk on because I'm very excited about my next radio broadcast. It's possible, yes, my next radio broadcast, I believe it's going to be the second to last of the year. All right, it is going to be held on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. on December 23rd. My radio broadcasts are always on Wednesdays at 4:30. And we've had some great broadcasts up until this point, and I'm so happy that they're archived forever. So if you ever miss me live, you're able to listen to the others, and I strongly encourage that you do so. And where you go to do that is very simple. You go to blogtalkradio.com/OL Velez 007. That's right. It's very simple. It's blogtalkradio.com/OL Velez 007. And all of my prior broadcasts are there for you to enjoy. Download them or stream them while you're treadmilling in the morning, or while you're taking your afternoon or early morning walk, or while you're having your morning tea or coffee. But find moments to listen to them. You know, I put a lot of effort and energy into really giving things that I feel are of value to my traders and also to my followers. And I think they will have a very positive effect on you if you've been bitten by this bug like I've been bitten, this trading bug. Okay? But this next broadcast, and I say this, I know, at every single broadcast, I say that I am more excited about this one than all the others. And this one's no exception. I'm more excited about the next broadcast this upcoming Wednesday than I am for all the others. And I touch upon something that I have used as a tool for some of my most elite traders. The subject is drills. And drills are a very important part of almost every activity in life or every profession that calls for precision and calls for doing something the same way in the heat of the moment when it's called for. And drills help your better self be automatically your better self when the time arises to be so. And everyone from the military uses drills. I was a U.S. Marine, and we drilled and drilled and drilled to make responses automatic, to make the call to certain commands automatic and the same every single time. Airplane pilots are very acquainted with drills. Athletes of all kinds are very acquainted with drills. Drills make proper action automatic, but not just automatic when it's the most opportune time, when it's the most important time to do something correctly the same way. You know, and that's what drills accomplish. Okay? We drill as children in schools. I may be dating myself, of course, but I remember doing fire drills in school where we'd have to all line up in a specific way, the same way every single time, and single file or double file outside of the room, outside of the building, into the outer streets of New York. I remember in my very early years drilling as a child for the Russians bombing us, or something like that. We used to have to go underneath our desks. Now, some of my younger traders have no idea what I'm talking about, but some of my older traders do, of course. You remember those drills. What were they for? To make, when the real moment occurred, that you knew instantly and automatically what to do without thought, without figuring anything out. Because in the heat of the moment, you don't have time for analyzation. You don't have time for figuring out what's the proper action. You need to instantly spring into the proper action. And drills help accomplish that. Okay? So, I have reserved drill training for only my most elite traders, because drilling a very, 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 very beginning novice trader doesn't really accomplish a great deal. They usually need a certain level of experiential knowledge to appreciate the drill that is being conducted. And so the last thing I, as an instructor, want is for a trader just to do a drill mindlessly. It has no effect when it's done mindlessly. But when the trader, through experiences, through his own or her own experiences, has come to understand what this drill will accomplish, oh, they take it very differently. That drill is taken on and experienced very, very differently. And so drills, are contrary to belief, should not be taught to the very, very beginner. They should be conducted and taught to those who have a foundation in place, an experiential foundation, I should say. They don't have to be profitable, mind you. They don't have to be successful. No, some of the drills will help promote that. They just have to have some experiences under their belt that lead them to understanding what the drill is designed for, why the drill is important, and what the drill is going to ultimately accomplish. And they take it very seriously. So this is a high-level topic that we'll be talking about this upcoming Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/OL Velez 007. Mark it on your calendar. Go to the site right now, blogtalkradio.com/OL Velez 007. Okay? And click the follow button. You'll be reminded of the time that the show is going to be on air, and you'll be reminded of when the show is available for listening in an archived format as well. Now, I encourage you to try to catch the show live, just in case something during the show sparks this burning question inside of you where you might want to ask me on the spot. And you can do that several ways on my show. You can call in live. I can take up to 50 concurrent callers simultaneously. Or you can send me an email at radio@ifundtraders.com in advance or during the show. In advance is better because once I get on a roll, I tend not to check a lot of things. But you can send your question, if you happen to be shy, live on the radio, to that email address, radio@ifundtraders.com. And so listening to it live will give you the opportunity to engage with me right on the spot at the moment. But if you can't, that's okay as well, because these broadcasts are archived and put out there as an electronic footprint that you can go back to over and over again forever. And that's a very, very big benefit as well. I truly hope that all of you are experiencing a great holiday season. This is a remarkable time of the year for most people throughout the world. I am currently away from my motherland, the United States, and in what I consider to be my second home, Medellin, Colombia. I will be returning to the States next week, but I am enjoying, this part of South America for the moment, and it is a very special time of year down in these parts as well. I encourage all of you to be safe over the weekend, to spend quality time with those members in your lives that mean the most to you, and to forever keep the passion of trading for a living alive. A long time ago, I dedicated my very life and my existence to helping people accomplish what I've managed to accomplish because of the effect it's had on my life and my family's life and what have you. And I remember one day promising to God Almighty that if I were to ever get this down, that I would do my part in giving back. And that's what this radio show is about. That is what my live trading on Periscope is about. That is what my posts on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are about. That is what my trading videos on YouTube are about. I don't believe there's anyone in this industry that puts out more free content to help traders than I do. More free events. I don't think there's anyone in the industry who does that. And I don't do that just to waste time. I don't do that for my health. I do that because I made a promise a long time ago that that's exactly what I would do. So I encourage you to please join me this upcoming Wednesday at 4:30. Okay? If you are not following me on Periscope, please try to do that. This is, in my opinion, a technology that is going to be very important for the current moment into the future. All right? You can watch my recordings on the PC, although the whole technology is designed for the smartphone user, but you can find me there at periscope.tv/OL Velez 007. And on Periscope, I occasionally bring you into my trading world live, into my live trades live, into some of the activities I do as a trader live, and some of my lifestyle activities as well, which some people have asked me to begin to show a little bit of. I've tended to be very private over the years, and a lot of things I do and a lot of places I go with my family members or what have you, but I'm going to venture out a little bit and go out on the limb just a tiny bit and give some of my traders and my followers a peek into the lifestyle that trading can deliver for all of you if you stay at it and get it down. So please, yes, follow me on Periscope. If you happen to be a YouTube watcher, then you must watch my videos on YouTube. youtube.com/OL Velez 007. It's always OL Velez 007. Those videos, I think, will help catapult you to a much higher level of understanding about my methods and my techniques regarding my trading as well. And I've recently begun to reproduce those videos in both Spanish and in Portuguese for my growing audiences in those languages. All right. So traders, listen, you enjoy your weekend. Understand that I will be going through my weekend anticipating the open on Monday. But enjoy your weekend. Spend it very safely and quietly with loved ones. And I'll catch you on the other side. Ciao for now.